Okay, some people are having some difficulty still with getting this modeling random behavior to work with Tinkerplot. So I'm just going to run through a couple of parts quickly to help those of you who are struggling still. I'm going to start really on page 3 here, just setting up that initial coin flip thing. And so first thing we're doing is, we grab the sampler here. All right, we're wanting to change it to a spinner. So we'll go to change device, go to a spinner. We're going to have our heads and tails. We're going to show the percentages, so we can make these 50% each, and the tails automatically adjust. We're going to change it to drawing 1, so the spinner is going to go around and 50% heads and tails, and we'll get a result, and then repeat that 10 times. And I'm just going to change this attribute 1 to the word coin, and we'll run that. And the speed of running is fairly slow at first, but you can speed that up to being very fast to get all 10. Okay, so that's page 3, and then you can count that up and run that a bunch of times. When we get later on, really to page 9, when we're asking Tinkerplots to do the automation for us on this one, we'll take that a step further and we'll plot this result here. So we're going to plot the coins in terms of heads and tails, and if it doesn't separate, you can always move things around. We'd like to have it orderly, and so we're going to click on this vertical stacking bar just to organize things that way. And then what we're going to do is up here under counts, we're going to choose that N button, and it's just referring to how many there are. And then we want it to collect the statistic of how many heads there are. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm doing a control click here on the number 1. For those of you on a PC, that would be a right click on the number 1 to get this menu, collect statistic. Okay, and this is giving us the history of the results here, and we had 1 heads, right? And then in this bar, or this thing, we can indicate how many more times we want to do that. We wanted a total of 100. This is on page 10 now of the handout. So we have 1. We'd like 99 more, and I can just hit collect right now. I could also make things go a little quicker. At your very top of your screen, I guess you can't quite see that, under the object menu, if I select collect inspection, this menu comes up, and it has this animation on checked, and I'm going to uncheck it. That just makes things go faster, and then I'll close that. And then I'll go back to this, and in the history I'll collect the 99 more, and that'll run it as fast as possible. And it shouldn't be too long here. So each time it's collecting how many heads out of 10 we're getting, and so we have this wide variety. And then finally we want to create this plot of the results. So just dragging a plot down, but I've got to say I want you to plot this count of the number of heads. Okay, and we don't want it like this, we'd like it spread out. Okay, you could either have it sort of in that form here, where you've got these bin widths of 1, so it's each separated by 1. Let me stack these vertically here. So you can either have it like that, or we could separate it all the way out. It pretty much looks the same, it just doesn't have those bars in there. So that's how you run through the coin thing. When you get to the whole idea of doing the dice roll, it's a similar thing. This jumps back to page 7 to set up your dice roll model. You set up the sampler, doing that a little different. We'd be using it like this here with the mixer, and we would want then all 6 items here and change those 1 to 6. Okay. They're equally likely, just like rolling a die would be. Change this, we're drawing 1 at a time, repeat 10 times, and I'm going to change that to the word dice, and we'll run the, actually let me move some of this out of the way here. So we'll run that one, and it'll be slow, so let's make it fast. There's our 10 times. All right. Again, it's getting a little crowded here. Let me move things out of the way a little bit. And we'd want to do the similar thing to automate that one, right? We want to get the dice listed here and separate them. I actually want to separate these with the bin still there, stack them up vertically. Okay, and now that they're like this, go up to the top to the counts, choose the N button, and we want to count how many 3s were rolled. Okay, and so again, with the either right click or a control click on a Mac, do the collect statistic, and there we go. And again, if we need more, we can change that. So I hope that's helping those of you who are still having trouble with Fathom. It was quick, but you can rewatch the video.